folks, Dude here. And well, this happens to be one of those obnoxious things that, well, YouTube is doing. I have approximately a few days left, maybe less than 10 days or so. I think it's actually on June 5th. Hang on a second, let me pull up my calendar here. I have approximately about 10 days. I have 10 days until I have to go to that new style of YouTube channel, homepage, crap, whatever the hell they want to call it. I've had this channel since May 7th, 2009, okay? It's worked just fine. Unfortunately, YouTube, in their infinite wisdom, they're switching up everything. And I now have to have this new stupid thing that they say works just great on platforms of tablets and also on smartphones. You know what? If I was terrorizing the internet, I probably would not be doing it with a smartphone. And it really just doesn't play all that great. I mean, I know there's people that have their Androids and they have their iPhones. And of course, they have also all their Blackberries and smaller denominations and, other crack phones. Track phone. I always call it crack phone. But the problem about it is YouTube is trying to become something that they are not. They've always done this. And when they do this, they do it in such a manner that they field it as an idea. It's beta. Okay, give it a try, see if you like it. And then after a while, it stops being beta. It becomes something that you have to do. Damn annoying when they do this stuff to you, but it's just how they have to do it. Because you have to do it. Because everybody else basically has to do it now. And that's just how they do it. I mean, they basically do this in such a manner, way, shape, and form that you're it. You got to do it their way, and it's my way or the highway. Now, the thing about it is I'm trying to keep the 80s podcast channel free. But the problem about it is they're doing it in such a way I may have to monetize it just simply to get the views. And I can tell you guys for a fact, my views have dropped through the floor. When I put out a decent video and it doesn't get the view number that I garner as what I consider to be enough. I mean, yeah, I know I got 4,000 plus subscribers, and I know I'm over 1 million views, and I thank you guys ever so much for all the attention you give my little channel. I really, truly appreciate it. But when it comes to the point when the politics are such that I'm now working uphill to try to garner that attention that I had free, unfortunately, I may have to simply bow to the winds of change and simply switch things up. And I've not wanted to do that, okay, folks? I can tell you for a fact, from the instance of this channel's creation, I have been bucking the trend. I've been fighting the good fight, and I've been telling the guys upstairs that I'm not going to play by your rules. I'm going to do my own thing, and that's just how it works. But the problem about it is when I'm trying to make a channel that's still what I would consider, how do I say this without being gratuitous? Successful, okay? How do I continue to have a channel that I consider to be successful? How do I do this when I have the cards stacked against me? And I've talked to Mad Bad Voodoo, and I've talked to other bigger channels, and they're like, dude, why haven't you monetized? And I'm like, you know what? Because I'm trying to keep it intellectually honest. And they're like, well, you know what? You can be intellectually honest. You can make a few bucks on the side. And also, the other thing, too, is, all right, the dirty little secret is, if I do this and I monetize this, when I monetize this, potentially I can garner a buttload of money from all the views I've gathered so far. I've really tried to be honest with you guys all along the way, and I've tried to make this a channel that does not beck and call to the, just the way the things that YouTube does stuff. I mean, the way they do things sometimes is just absolutely some of the most ridiculously just asinine ways of doing things. I mean, when you have channels that basically can't say that another channel's a dirtbag because you're interfering with their monetary influx, it is what it is. I mean, if a guy is basically trolling you and you know who it is and you call him out on it, if you both have AdSense, potentially you could lose your AdSense. It just really is just disgusting. I mean, I have other channels. I got a bunch of secondary channels that really truly haven't done much. I basically have either idled them or I haven't had any content to them, but they all are not a monetized channel. The only monetized channel I have is currently the 80s PCC. And the reason for that is so I can take place in Google Hangouts. That is the only channel that is currently I have that is quote unquote monetized, but it has no content that's generating any funds. I might switch things up, okay? I might have this as an archive channel, and I might do nothing further on it, and I might have, new content only on the new channel, so I basically can make a few bucks off it, and I know I'm going to have, people that are going to watch my stuff, or I might monetize this channel. I don't know. And you know what? The thing about it is I'm looking at it drawn down in such a manner that it's really kind of like my back is against the wall. And I really don't want to do this to you guys where you're looking at ads popping up. And I got an ad blocker, okay? I go on YouTube and I see no ads. So if you guys have an ad blocker and you go on my stuff and I do have AdSense, I generate no funds. I don't care, okay? It really doesn't matter to me any way, shape, or form whether I make money or I don't make money on YouTube. It doesn't make a damn bit of difference to me, okay? Now, the other thing, too, is if I was doing something and I was trying to basically make it an intellectual enterprise where I was trying to generate funds, I would state that from its outset, okay? I don't like doing bait and switch, and I don't like people doing hard sells on me, and I really don't like bait and switch. As a matter of fact, just the other day, I'm walking through one of the malls, and some girl comes up to me and she goes, "I have something for you," and I'm like, "No," and she just kind of halted in her steps like, "Huh?" It's like, "No, you have nothing for me." And basically the attitude I was projecting, as in, no, you have nothing for me. Now, the other thing, too, is I know I have a loyal fan base. I mean, I know that there's a few hundred people, and they watch my stuff almost religiously, okay? And I really know who you guys are, okay? I know who you guys are by name. Trust me on that. I know my friends, I know my buddies, and I definitely will always be there for you guys. But I don't want to do this in some way, shape, or form that, it just basically is kind of like bait and switch. I really think that's just distasteful. It's dishonest, and it's stuff that really you guys have seen me not evolving my channel towards and making it a take it or else. It really just seriously rubs me the wrong way. I mean, I look at some of my older videos and I see my content it's okay. But I mean, this stuff I watch nowadays, my first efforts, and I just cringe. I'm like, oh man, that was bad voice control. The camera work was kind of and it just really didn't do all that great. Now, I know you guys can see me live, okay? And I'm going to toot my own horn here for 1 second, and 1 second only. AroundTheCabin.com, okay? That is the only advertising I will ever do on this channel because they're my buddies, and I actually do a show there. Unfortunately, the way things are shaping up for tomorrow's show, which would be on the 28th, I cannot do it. Unfortunately, I cannot do that show. And, of course, there's going to be something they're going to put in to cover me for that time period. And the reason being is I basically have one of my nephews who's graduating. This kid is scary smart, okay? He's one of these eggheads that basically you could point at, math problems, and he thinks it's fun to do math. He's starting out going to college. His first class is going to be calculus. So he's not a dumb kid, okay? So I kind of really need to be there for him. Of course, the other thing, too, this is Mrs. Dude's sister's kid. That's also Mrs. Dude's godson. So I'm kind of back against the wall on that one. I really kind of need to show up for that one. So unfortunately, I will not be doing the live show tomorrow. And also the other thing, too, is I want you guys to know I've always been very attentive to any of your comments or any of your messages, unless you're a dirtbag. If you're a dirtbag, you're pretty much gonna hear the dirtbag response back to you saying, "Don't be a dirtbag," and you're not gonna be a dirtbag on my channel any longer. You guys would be absolutely shocked with the amount of channels I have blocked on YouTube. Is it north of 2,000? No, but let's just say it's between 1,500 and 2,000. I just don't tolerate people that come on my channel and try to sully my hard work or insult you guys with just stupid comments. It's not gonna hold thrall to me doing these things, just simply to give these guys a voice. I mean, if you go on the channel, usually they're nobody channels, and they're usually just dirtbags. So unfortunately, the 80s podcast channel is going to change. Now, the other thing, too, is I need to look at this thing as it sits, and I need to see if it changes everything to such a degree and way, depth, breadth, and form that I need to monetize it. That's going to be something I'm going to have to assess a little later on, and you guys are going to have plenty of warning, but I really don't want to go that route. If my back's against the wall and unfortunately YouTube's playing hardball, I'm going to make them pay for it. I'm going to make them pay for it big time because they're going to be looking at having to probably pay me for back time on 1 million plus views, and that's not going to be cheap. All right, folks, so on this one, I'm going to have to break off, but this is probably going to be one of the last times you ever see that camo half-ass background that they gave me when they changed it from the last time. Ugh, damn annoying. All right, folks, so on this one, I'm going to have to break off and probably bid adieu to the classic version of the 80s podcast channel. Thank you, Jimmy. I really, truly appreciate all the stuff you sent me over the years. And we'll have to break off on this one and make it the next generation, possibly thereof. And if they screw with me too much, I probably will have to monetize it. Even though I've said from the very beginnings, this will not be a monetized channel. It won't have AdSense. If it draws down to me basically having to play hardball with these guys and try to garner the views, if I put out a video that gets 80 views, something's really wrong. I mean, it's not like I basically have turned out a really crappy video in my opinion. It's just the fact that nobody really heard about it. And I've been hearing you guys tell me that from time and eternal in the last year or so. Hey, I didn't know you put that video up. Hey, I didn't know you put up those 20 videos. Hey, I'm going back into your library and watching a lot of stuff I didn't even know about. That's damn annoying, okay? I know I have a lot of videos. Okay, let's just see right now. Let's just do it real simple, cut and dry here. Let's just simply do the easy one where you basically cut and paste your channel name and see what it comes up with. Bada bang, bada bang, bada boom. I am currently at 427 videos and a lot of views, okay? I really, truly wish to thank you guys for all the attention you've given my little channel. And I really, truly wish to say thank you so very, very much for all the kind comments and, support you guys have given me over the years. The knee surgeries and the back problems I'm currently encountering. And, of course, all the kind attention you guys have shown around the cabin, all the good stuff like that there. I really, truly appreciate every bit of attention and all the correspondence you guys have sent me for all the time I've had my channel. I really, truly wish to do a channel contest at some point, but you know what? I get almost no attention whenever I do anything like that. So, unfortunately, until I get something that really draws down to people go, hey man, yeah, and I get enough people chiming in and basically want to be part of it, it really doesn't hold thrall to me. It won't make me any better a channel to say, hey, I'm giving away free stuff, and I have 20 people can participate in it. If you got 4,000 subscribers and 20 people participate, that's not a good contest. And unfortunately, I've done contests before where I've entered in, like Mark Steven Business, good buddy of mine from a while back, Mark Steven Business. I don't even know if his channel's really active anymore, but he's still a good buddy of mine over on Facebook. And we go back and forth and chat and carry on and have good convos and all the good stuff like that there in the private messaging. And I am actually on Facebook, folks, so you guys got to go there. Do jerky, okay? Do jerky. I will always answer PMs. I will always answer people making comments on that Facebook page. And I'm definitely very proactive on it. I check in a gazillion times a day. I mean, a lot of my friends are there. A lot of my family's there. It's definitely a good nexus for, basically talking to people. And I do Skype. If you contact me on Facebook, I will probably give you my Skype address so we can Skype back and forth. Good stuff like that there. I mean, I am very proactive on the internet. But when you have stuff coming down by the wayside and switching things up in midstream, I don't like that. I really don't like that. And if you mess with me too much, I might make you pay for it. So, word to the wise, Google and YouTube, you're making me change my channel under protest. I might make it work to the last day, and then you guys switch me up through default. But I am really not happy with what you guys have done to me thus far. And I really got to say, what you've done to me thus far, every time you do it, it seems to work less good than the last time around. All right, folks, on this one, I think it's time to break off. And thank you guys so very, very much for all your support and all your kind attention over all these years. I mean, yeah, it's only been, 3-4 years of actual channel interaction and channel existence. But hell's bells, man. I mean, to make a channel come out of nowhere with no AdSense and break 1 million views, I'm at 1,122,434 views with the corrected number. And then the subscribers are now down from 47 or whatever it was down to 4194. That's the other thing, too, is they switch things up and they go, okay, here's a do-nothing channel. Arbitrarily, we're going to kill it. Ugh. Google AdSense. You guys just suck. All right, this one, it's time to break off and simply have a moment of reverie and say, all those guys who passed before us and served our country in uniform and, basically under color of swearing allegiance to the Constitution, thank you guys so very, very much. Those soldiers, past, present, airmen, Marines, sailors, Coast Guard guys, men and women under uniform who served our nation proudly. Thank you guys so very, very much. Thank you guys so very, very much. Because you are the reason why we are free. And we are always going to be in your debt. On that one, God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America, and thank you guys so very, very much for your attention to my kind attention to my channel, and it's time to break off on this one. So on that note, eat good, keep it a 10 ring. Google, switching things up all the time just sucks, and oh well. Good times.